Welcome into the In the Money podcast for Sunday, big day at Del Mar. I'm Tom Leach, along with Keeneland's director of simulcasting, Jim Goodman, who, if you were listening last week to our Arlington Million podcast, gave you the trifecta in the St. Leger, which paid over $5 So nice call there, led by the pizza man. He delivered for you as well as others.
I like the pizza man. Florence Giroux rode him, and I talked to his mother-in-law, who's the simulcasting director at Arlington, and she was very thrilled after that ride. He rode a great race.
He's had quite a summer.
Yeah, moved him at the right time. He's really a great young rider. He's doing a great job.
Well, we want to talk about three graded stakes races on the card at Del Mar for Sunday, headlined by the Pacific Classic. But the first one we'll look at, not a great betting race. It's the Del Mar Mile Handicap. I couldn't get past, obviously. He's had a couple of stellar races this year, so it looks like he's as good as ever. Loves Del Mar. I think he's 3 for 3. This is 3-year-olds and up at a mile on a turf. So what I'd pick obviously to win, but not much of a win bet. So I would do an exacta box with 1 and 8. He Be Fire and Ice, who got good last fall, and if you might get a little bit of a inflated exacta price if you can get him up for second, or if he'd be lucky enough to win and get obviously second. So I'm going to box those two in an exacta. Would be my play for the Del Mar Mile, the fifth race on the card because it's such a short field. It's out of the pick six. What about you?
You did it to me again. Here are my notes from last night. Seems to be a two-horse race with obviously in Tom's tribute. They draw perfectly inside, but I'm going with a long shot to upset He Be Fire and Ice, the 8-horse. So I'm taking him simply because if you go back to the Del Mar Mile last year, this same race, he got beat by half a length, obviously. And he was closing at the end and just didn't get there. And he's been off since November, so he's obviously had some issues. Maybe they just put him out for a rest. And I think he's got a shot at coming back fresh here, and I think he's got a shot at running down the speed. He's drawn perfectly. Kent DeSormo's riding great out there.
Yeah,
he's going to
be
10-1 versus obviously probably going to be 3-5. So I think your exacta play is just right because you're going to get no value if you put Tom's tribute with obviously. And I think He Be Fire and Ice is the logical play if you're looking for value here. So I would take him on top with obviously in Tom's tribute below, and then probably do an exacta box the same way you said with 1-8 obviously, and He Be Fire and Ice.
Ninth race, grade 2, Pat O'Brien, 3-year-olds and up at 7 furlongs. You've got Fed Biz, who'll be one of the choices in here off a win earlier in the meet. Golden Sense is in here too. How did you see the Pat O'Brien shaking out?
Well, I picked Golden Sense the last time out, and he didn't. He got off to a bad break, and in the Bing Crosby, and Big Mocker beat him. I think he turns the tables on that horse day. I think he's much better. Fed Biz is the one I worry about. I didn't like him at all in the San Diego handicap. He wins by 5 1/4. And Golden Sense has handled him in the past. They've split 2 decisions at Del Mar. Fed Biz actually beat Golden Sense, and Fed Biz is 3 for 3 at Del Mar. So that concerns me. But I'm going to take Golden Sense on top, hoping he's going to make a step forward from Bing Crosby and gets ready for that Breeders' Cup Sprint this year. I think he's one of the best sprinters in the country. So Big Mocker is the other logical horse here, but I would do a Golden Sense coat exacta over Fed Biz.
And we want to go to, and I'm going to go Golden Sense as well. In here is who I like because you mentioned he had some trouble in the last, and I liked him back in the Met Mile, and I thought he ran a bang-up race. And then maybe that took a little bit out of him for the last time. Plus, I don't think he's as good at 6 furlongs. So I think he gets back to his higher level today or in this race on Sunday. And then Fed Biz and Silentio are the two I would use with him. But Golden Sense is the pick for me. 10th race, Grade 1 Pacific Classic. 3-year-olds and up at 1 1/4 on the Poly for the last time at Del Mar. Who do you like?
That's ironic that you say for the last time because our dirt track has been installed here right outside my door, and it looks like a beautiful chocolate brown, and we're going to put horses on it hopefully within a week or so. So Del Mar is going to say goodbye to the Poly, and Game On Dude is going to be unhappy to see that Poly go, I think. He's been good on synthetic. He's 5 for 9. He's 16 for 33 lifetime, but just like in the last few races, I'm going to toss him. I can't figure out whether he's going to run a 117 buyer or 92. So I'm going to say Game On Dude is past his best. He may prove me wrong again. Shared Belief is taking older horses on for the first time, but I think he's the best 3-year-old in the country. I think it's unfortunate for us that he got hurt and was not able to make the Derby Preakness in Belmont because I think it would have been a great series with him and California Chrome. I'm taking him on top, but it's shaky. I really like Majestic Harbor. He was awesome in the Gold Cup. He got a 111 buyer. It's his first start at 1 1/4, so he loved the 1 1/4, which comes back the same distance. Synthetic is a question. The wild card in here is Frack Daddy. Frack Daddy, if you look at his past performances, I just can't figure out when he's going to run well. And he runs well on synthetic. He's 3 for 5, including a really nice win at Woodbine at a 1/16 in the Eclipse in June. Came back and did not run that well in the San Diego Handicap when he went off as a favorite. So I think 15-1 morning line is a bargain on him. I think he's got the class to run with these horses, especially if Shared Belief may be biting off a little more than he can chew against the older horses. So I'm going to take Shared Belief, but I'm going to use Majestic Harbor and Frack Daddy in my multiple leg wagers.
I think you're onto something with Frack Daddy as a dangerous horse at a price. Not going to pick him to win, but I could definitely see him on the board. Game On Dude's a horse I've almost never picked, but I'm going to pick him here. And I think I like the jock change. Nothing against Mike Smith, but I think just something fresh will maybe help turn the trick for this horse. I think Garcia just sends him, and I don't know that there's a whole lot of speed in here. And Mike Smith maybe had lost a little confidence to do that, maybe. And I think Garcia just sends him and tries to run him into the ground. And I'm going to take Game On Dude to do that over Shared Belief, and I'll also have a Game On Dude Frack Daddy. Probably use Frack Daddy with both of those two. Actually, maybe just a 3-horse box of those three is going to be the play in case Frack Daddy jump up and win it at a big price. But my pick's going to be Game On Dude in the Pacific Classic. And we wish everybody luck. Make sure your Keeneland Select accounts are fully funded for a great day at Del Mar. Hopefully you have some money left after Saturday at Travers Day at Saratoga. And for Jim Goodman, I'm Tom Leach, and this is the In the Money Podcast for KeenelandSelect.com.